On this episode of the Infowars News Blitz, Malicious Harris Prairie says Star Wars is racist. China buys bottles of Canadian fresh air, and an Arizona sheriff tells citizens to step up and defend themselves. That and a lot more, so stay tuned. Okay, folks, this is the first article of the day here on the week of December the 21st, 2015. It is an article written by Alex Grisson, and the title is called MSNBC's Melissa Harry Perry, Star Wars is racist because Darth Vader is a black guy. Seriously, woman, you really are talking... You know what, never mind. MSNBC host Melissa Harris Perry, in addition to comparing black people to the brutal Wookiees, compared Saturday that Star Wars is racist because Darth Vader is a black guy. I don't have any feelings. I know why I have feelings, good and bad or otherwise, about Star Wars, explained Perry. I spent my whole life talking about the Darth Vader situation. The part where he was totally a black guy, whose name was basically James Earl Jones. I mean, the guy was pretty much good at it. Good at it, man. But anyway, she said while he was black, he was terrible and bad, awful, and used to cut off white man's hands and didn't actually claim his son. But as soon as he claimed his son goes over to good, takes his mask off, and he's white. Yes, I have many feelings about that. And basically, there's a video here. You can't see it because there's an activate flash here. But anyway, Mary President Star Wars exposed looks into issue and determines that Perry is wrong. Darth Vader first tells Luke that he was his heart when he's still in his black armor, or a black guy, as she puts it. There was never a polished... There was never a point where he didn't claim his son. As soon as he discovered Luke was alive, he took steps to reunite the family and to rule the galaxy as father and son. And the whole thing goes on from there. I mean, this woman is an occult leader. And as Alex Jones has already said, she is the ultimate occult person. And you can hear him as he say it, so here it is.
That's the Clash of Civilizations. And out of the Clash of Civilizations that Albert Pike envisioned, that Dick Cheney wrote about in 2000, they will bring us total suppression of individual liberty and freedom. Is that really what the left wants? Well, you watch CNN or MSNBC, they get up there and say, absolutely, Melissa Harris Perry is back. Let's play a clip of that. She doesn't like Darth Vader because he's black, and he isn't white till he becomes good. Well, that's because the Skywalkers are white. And it's because black projects power and is ominous and is strong. And historically, I mean, I got a black car, not because I don't like black people. I got a black car because it looks good. Darth Vader wouldn't look good if he was pink, would he? Or if he was gray. He looks good because he's black. And he's got a black man's voice because it sounds good. I mean, this is just ridiculous, but this is how everything's racist. You know, if you say that Paul Ryan's a hard worker, that's putting down black slaves. She attaches racism to every symbol, every word where she controls it. She is the ultimate control freak. We should reject this cult leader.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jones. You can see what this woman is. She's a freak. She's an absolute freak show. An absolute crazy person. I mean, most of her mentally ill supporters and and viewers are probably something like this girl right here.
What do you mean? Why are you laughing? so dramatic.
Okay. Let's just move on to the next article here. It's an article written by the Daily Mail. An article is called basically bottles of Canadian air something sold to China. But the original article, well, that's the Infowars.com article. The original article is that's one way to escape smog. Bottles of fresh air from Canada are hot sale in China as pollution levels remain high. Since China's capital, the city of Beijing, issued its first ever polluted air red alert last week, sales of bottled Canadian fresh mountain air to the Chinese customers have soared. Two entrepreneurs from Alberta have sold the Vitality Air for just over a year, but over the last 2 weeks, their sales to China have increased dramatically, reports the People's Daily Online. The red alert over air pollution was called by Beijing authorities on December the 7th. Last 3 days emitted the second bout of bad air this month. During this time, PM 2.5 levels, tiny hazardous airborne particles exceeded 9,000 milligrams per cubic square inch. And to add another note to this, I mean, here's the pictures here too. Basically, technically speaking, these people, not only that, but basically their river's been catching fire as well, so I want to add that in there. Vitality Air was co-founded by Moss Lem and Tony Pakrakit in 2004. They traveled to the high Rocky Mountains of Alberta, Western Canada, for fresh air, which is home to over 600 lakes. In the mountains, there is a massive cans are filled through clean compression with the pure revitalizing air. Sometimes that is not found in Beijing during the harvest times. And you can see here it also goes on to say that the first shipment to China was over 500 bottles of air. The next shipment in 2 weeks will be about 700. A consumer spending power is like we've never seen it before, and we are pleasantly surprised. Surprised? I mean, just look at what happened here. I mean, just listen to what Wayne Madsen had to say about it.
By the way, I have one more piece here that I wanted to mention to you, Wayne, that's silly. China is now buying Canadian air bottles with pressurized mountain air from Canada and actually breathing it because the smog's so bad in China. But under global warming, they want us to cut our carbon even though we're clean. This is literally out of Spaceballs. Can we cue up the Spaceballs clip? Bottles of Canadian fresh air, a hot sales item in China. I mean, China has gotten so incredibly polluted that their rivers are catching on fire. So you talk about fiction becoming reality. Here's the clip from Spaceballs. It's Perry Air, not Perrier.
President screwed.
Yes. And then he goes on to deny that there's any problem with the air. But that is actually a classic clip. What do you make of that, Wayne Madsen?
I remember it was people say that it was ludicrous, the thought of buying water, bottled water. They said, well, I drink out of the tap, and now we know we can't do that anymore. And yeah, what it would be next? Selling air. Here's an example of it. This is, China. I was there a couple of years ago. I happened to be there, fortunately, when they did not have this smog problem. But when they have it, it's pretty awful. China and Saudi Arabia, of course, were really reluctant to go along with this agreement in Paris because they were fearful of their own sovereign ability to make decisions.
There you go. See? I mean, to be honest with you folks, And if I can recall, didn't one of China's main rivers turn red like blood one day? If I can remember, it was a Yahoo News article, I think. But anyway, this is the last article today here, and this is an article written by Adon Salazar. The article is titled, Arizona Sheriff Tells Citizens, Step Up and Defend Yourselves. Underneath it says, be armed to protect yourself, your family, until we can get there. Which is kind of a good thing. And you can see the sheriff here, basically, its face and one of his deputies here. A sheriff's department in Arizona is calling on residents to acquire firearms and learn how to use them in order to defend themselves against armed attackers or terrorists. I wish we had a cop in every corner, in every neighborhood, in every school, but we just can't. Pinal County Sheriff Paul Betheu told residents at a news conference Saturday, and the videos, well, here's a video here, but you can't see it because I didn't activate Adobe Flash. Speaking from the Coswell shooting range in Mercer, Sheriff Betheu argued first-time gun purchasers to consider taking a firearm safety course, which would teach weapons familiarization, weapons qualification, how to carry, and educate on the laws. We want citizens to add to the equation. Sheriff Betheu told news crews, be armed to protect yourself, your family, until we can get there. In a post uploaded to social media site Facebook, the department reminds residents that you do not need permission of the government to carry concealed in Arizona. The article goes on to say that the Pinal County Sheriff's Office joins other law enforcement agencies across the county, which has encouraged residents to responsibly carry guns, despite President Obama's calls for tougher gun measures. And that, folks, is what is needed. I bet you any money, you know those guys, since we all know that's a false flag already, but if those two women that were probably like, those two couples that shot the whole place back in San Bernardino, they would have been shot dead. And I think basically that's what actually is needed. There's no, I can't say anything else. That's what's needed. I'm sorry. Seriously, that's what's needed. Well, that's all the articles I have for you today. If you'd like to read more about the articles, please go to the link below or go to Infowars.com or PlayThePlanet.com. They can find hundreds of articles just like this one I have for you today. This is the Infowars Newspaper. I'm InfoGuzzle. Lava Fiend Rating number 3. Please like, subscribe, and donate. Bye-bye.